In today's video, I went from looking like this to looking like this. For 1 month, I trained abs every single day and I tracked my calories, and I'm gonna explain everything in this video. And if you didn't watch the first video where I walked every day for 60 minutes for 30 straight days, well, check that video out right here. All right guys, so welcome to the new video. We are going to start the process of tracking calories every single day for 30 days while simultaneously training abs every single day for 30 days. So I just did a video series where I walked every day for 30 days for 60 minutes and lost somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say, 10 to 12 pounds, right? Got a lot leaner, visibly leaner. And so for this next section of this, what I want to do is start tracking my calories very diligently and also training abs. I think I'm getting lean enough to where that's going to be apparent. Now, since the transformation ended, right, I was around 218. Well, I've dropped down a little further. Actually, I saw a 215 on the scale when I got home from Las Vegas. I didn't track calories. I cut the cardio out, but I just kept up the same habits. Honestly, when I was in Las Vegas, I did a lot of walking, and when I went skiing, I did a lot of snowboarding. So I've been active. I'm an active person. I've got kids. I'm still going to the gym, but I have not been getting up and doing an hour of cardio every day. In fact, I've been lucky to get in 30 minutes with my schedule. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the cardio back in, probably 30 to 45 minutes a day. I'm gonna track my calories every day, and you're gonna see here what happens when you pay attention to calories and train abs every day for 30 days. Now my goal is probably to lose about 5 pounds of body fat, okay? That's gonna put me at a place somewhere around 210 pounds. That's pretty lean for me. And then from there, I might take it a little bit further and actually do a bodybuilding competition. It's been a few years, but I've got the itch to do another one. So I wanna show you guys the starting point. Again, just like the last video series, I do not know what I weigh right now. I would guess somewhere in the neighborhood of 215, 216, okay? Because I haven't been tracking my weight for the last couple days. But the point is, this is where we're starting at, okay? So I'm gonna do a couple slow transitions so we can see. This is day one, prior to day one of the 30-day tracking calories and abs. So this is from the front, from the side, and again, this is where a lot of the body fat is gonna come off. But what I'm hoping will happen is that as I train abs every day, you start to see a little bit more separation in the rectus abdominis, a little bit more separation in each abdominal group, but also less body fat, because as you guys have probably heard, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, they're actually revealed through a fat loss deficit, but they are built in the gym. So we're gonna see what a combination of training abs with more frequency, which I will detail my ab workouts below in the description box, as well as show you some clips of the ab training, as well as show you lots of clips of my meals, how I hit my macros, what app I use, and I'm also probably gonna do a couple full day of eating videos because you guys have been begging for those, and now that blue spatula, my boy Blue. So 2/3 a cup of water. That's actually for put these on. All right guys, so another simple solution. Listen, I do prefer like fresh rice. So I don't like to cook a bunch of rice and then reheat it. I love these minute rices. The macros are super friendly. 2.5 fat and 40 carb. Boom, done, right? So you know what you're getting. Put it in the microwave, cook it for 1 minute, and you've got your rice for the day. You know, just make it simple. Make this process easy on yourself. Maybe you don't like these foods, maybe you do, but if you can find stuff like this that you can do, like I said, I'm gonna make lunch for 4 or 5 days in 30 minutes and not have to think. And that's the fun part for me. All right guys, so when you put this on here, you're gonna see that adds some weight to it. You just hit the tare, marks it as 0. Now, I have it set to ounces. You can just press a couple buttons and change it to grams if you prefer, but I'm just gonna do 6 ounces for each meal. So we'll just start like this, get a couple ounces. 5.5, another ½ ounce. 6 ounces. So, I mean, whoo! Nailed it. 6 ounces. So as you can see, now that makes it simple. I don't have to come down here and think about what I'm eating. I've got my 6 ounces, okay? I've got my cup of rice, which I know is 40 carbs. I'm gonna add in some veggies and some salsa, so pretty minimal, but we'll put the calories and the macros on the screen here for you. But I just do this to make my life simple. Just figure out a couple foods that you like, a couple meals that you like. If you guys like, in the comment below, let me know. I'll do a bunch of options for different meals. But yeah, simple, easy, cheap, and effective. If I want to weigh my veggies, I just simply put the bowl on here, hit tare, it's at 0. Now, drop it in. There you go. And you can see, you can show over here, I got 5 ounces of veggies. Put in the fridge. It's full. All right guys, so we're here in the kitchen and I want to keep it simple. Make protein simple. Protein is the most difficult part of this journey, right? So I keep my protein powder right here. If I'm in a hurry and I don't have a lot to eat, I can just make myself a shake. However, what I also like to do is this. I like to cook in bulk. So this is all protein, guys. So this is chicken, this is steak, this is more chicken, right? So if I need to come down here and have a meal, I got my protein ready to go. Now, obviously at 13 years old, you're probably gonna be relying on your parents, but if you let them know that, hey, I'd like to eat more protein, I don't think they're gonna have a problem. Find foods that are easy for you to cook, store, or have in a shake so that you can hit your protein goals. This is gonna take a huge step forward in you putting on muscle and getting stronger. All right guys, so here we are at the end of 30 days of doing abs every day. So as you guys know, I started 30 days ago. I'll have the before video in here. Also the weight. I woke up today at 214.5. So I think I lost a couple pounds of body fat. So let's do the reveal. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and I'm gonna tell you exactly what ab exercises I did. Now, are my abs better now than they were? I definitely feel like if I put my fingers through my layer of body fat here, I definitely feel like there's more thickness to my abs, okay? The real test for me was the performance, which I'll explain in the ab movements. So I've lost probably a little bit more body fat back here. So 214 for me is, you know, I'm starting to get leanish. I'm still not lean. I think once I get closer to 200, it's a big deal. So let's talk about what ab exercises I did. So I only did 4 movements, which we'll show you in the video here. My favorite ab exercise, bar none, is a decline bench sit-up. I feel it really engages the entire core, plus some of the obliques, right? So if you look back at some of the older pictures, which I'll have put in the video here, you can see I have really good separation in my obliques. Now, I grew up playing a lot of sports, baseball, a lot of twisting, right? And I switch hit, and golfing, right? And I was a basketball player, so I did a lot of jumping. So a lot of core engagement in all the sports that I played. So I had a little bit of a head start going into bodybuilding. That's why I feel like I've had a good core. But decline sit-ups are by far my favorite. They're also the most challenging. In fact, on day 1, I could only do 1 set. I didn't even get 10 full reps. Now I'm doing 3 sets with some resistance. My second favorite, hanging leg raises, which I'll show you here in the video. I just put my arms in the chair, bring my knees up, and once you get strong, you don't have to bend your knees, you can bring your feet up. My third exercise that I like to do, because I couldn't do these same exercises every day, right? I would get too sore. So what I did was, I would do the first 2 exercises on day 1, 3 sets of each, and on the next day, I would do 6 sets of the crunch chair. It's a weighted resistance crunch, right? Which I'll show you because I want you guys to see that it's very easy to do, right? It didn't require a lot of stabilization. It's a very short motion and just engages the abs. The other movement I did when I was at home was a toe touch. Now this was because I was at my house. I didn't have all the access that I would have to the gym core training equipment. But the deal was that I would do this every day for 30 days. So even if I didn't come to the gym, I had to find something to do. And I'll tell you, these toe touches, I would do sets of 10 and I got up to 10 sets of 10. The first time I did it, I couldn't get past 4 sets of 10. So if that tells you anything, it's that over time, you get a little bit stronger. Would I change anything? Yes, I'm not gonna train abs every day. I'll probably train them every other day or every third day. 2 to 3 times a week is ideal using these movements and just slowly progressing. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the results. My next video is gonna be 30 days of tracking everything I eat and showing you a full day of eating. Talk to you guys tomorrow. All right guys, so I wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up. So we did abs every day for 30 days. We documented what that would look like. Before that, we also did 60 minutes of cardio every day for 30 days. And as you guys can see probably in this video, it's now another 30 days past that. And I've continued to lean out. So I wanna talk about what we've learned from the process of doing abs every day. First thing I learned, it's very difficult to do the abs every day. So I wouldn't recommend to someone that's trying to build the best 6-pack or abdominal wall possible to do abs every day. However, it was valuable for me. Why? Because I got in the habit.
and a lot of training becomes kind of boring. And what I found was the challenge of saying, I'm gonna do something every day. There were nights that I had to go up to my office and do abs on days when I didn't go to the gym, and it kind of reminded me, okay. And since then, I've trained abs every second or third day. I've added a little bit of resistance, so I'll show you where I'm at now. Also, guys, I've continued to drop weight. This is me at about 208 pounds. And I feel much more dense, okay? I feel, my core feels much more tight. As you all know, I've told you from the beginning, this is where I lose fat the last. There's not much left, guys. I'm getting close to what I would consider stage conditioning, so it's getting fun to see. But now that I'm training abs every 2 or 3 days, I'm really feeling the connection to them. They're getting stronger. I've added resistance to my decline sit-ups. I've added resistance to my weighted crunches. And I've also been able to do more explosive hanging leg raises. All right, guys, so get out there and train your abs.